Well, looks like I'm live, folks. So if you're in there, pop in and say hi. I'll wait till we got some watchers in there before I start flapping my gums. It is a beautiful day here on Salt Spring Island. It's a Saturday, April 17th. It is 4:45 p.m. Pacific time here on the Southern Gulf Islands. And current temperature is 25.1 degrees Celsius with 35% humidity. Can you see that? There you go. It's backwards. It shows backwards on the screen to me. So there's the current temperature right there. It's a warm day. We've been super busy, Wendy and I, every day in the palm nursery. So she works in it all day. I get home from work, then I work in the palm nursery with her. Today I worked in it. I had a landscape consultation at high noon today. Somebody wants to put in an exotic garden, so I do landscape consulting on the side as well. So I did that. They had the perfect piece of property right on the ocean in a Zone 9 area, Salt Spring Island. They want to do some palm trees and lots of exotic. So I just wrote them a list of what they should grow and where they're going to grow it. They're going to call me back. They had the excavator in there today. They're whacking down a bunch of trees, and they're going to call me back when they're ready to plant the stuff. And then I'm going to show them where to plant the palms and exotica. It's a slope garden. It slopes down to the ocean. It is absolutely beautiful. And it's not actually waterfront, but it's just above the ocean, and it's got a full ocean view. It's close to the ocean. It was so warm there today. Their Salengiana magnolia is just about done, and it's just a prime growing location on Salt Spring Island. Even better, these people are moving here from Alberta. They bought the place a few years ago, and this is kind of like they're going to be their dream property, and they want it fully blown, full-blown exotic landscape. My kind of people. So here it's been extremely dry. I don't think we've had any measurable precipitation in April. March, we had 13 millimeters. It's been very, very dry. Hey, I was going there, Caleb. Good to see you in there. So Wendy is on a mission. She's transplanting every pot bound, pretty much every pot bound 1 gallon palm tree in the nursery into 2s and 5s. So she's done dozens and dozens and dozens of them. And today I planted, I potted up. What's that? 100. She says hundreds and hundreds. So I said dozens and dozens. She's working down there every day, all day long. Just got back from fishing the John Day River, no fish. Oh, 80 Fahrenheit. It's about 80 here right now. It is. I'll tell you what it is. I just took a picture so you guys can see of my weather station. So it is. Well, no, it's in the 70s. Then what's 25 degrees? It's 25 degrees Celsius. 25.1 degrees Celsius and 35% humidity. So that's up there. It's way up there in the upper 70s, I think. 25 degrees. You guys can figure that out. So anyway, a beautiful day. It's been extremely dry here, and good for working in the nursery. Thank God we have some big trees around. So in the nursery, on the edge of the nursery, we have these 2 big California coast redwoods, and we work underneath there. That's where our potting tables are, and we work out of the sun. The greenhouse is baking hot. It is stinking hot in there. And after I water it, is very humid. I watered it the other day, and it was absolutely cooking hot in there like a sauna. It was gross. I watered it and got the heck out of there. But the sable miners in there and the sable palmettos and all the other sables and heat lovers love that heat and humidity. Outside, like right now, it's the perfect temperature. 25 degrees. I'm not working, and it's very low humidity. It's very nice. 12% humidity, so you're a lot lower humidity. Whereabouts are you again, Caleb? Caleb, 73 Fahrenheit. So whereabouts are you again? I forget. 12% humidity. That's super low. You're actually in a desert region. Redmond, Oregon. Okay, yeah. You're really inland and lower, way lower humidity. So we're on an island here. So our humidity is actually pretty low, but not as low as Redmond, Oregon. That's for sure. And yeah, high humidity kills me. I really don't like it. I don't like high heat and high humidity. I think it's the worst combination, right? It's kind of like in the wintertime, Caleb, they say dry cold is much easier to handle than wet cold. So here, the winters is a wet cold, and it's not very nice. It's better than anywhere else in Canada, I can tell you that. But when you're working out in it, if you got 8 degrees Celsius and you got a wet cold, it feels a lot colder. Yeah. I don't like Florida. I've been there before. I mean, I'm not going to say I would never live there, put it that way. Florida is beautiful, but not for me. It's too humid. There's too many bugs. I would never live there. I'd rather live in Oregon. I like the state of Oregon. If I had to live anywhere in the U.S., it'd be Oregon or Hawaii. That's it. Florida is way too flat for me, too. I don't like flat. I like the palms they grow there. Hey, don't get me wrong. They have awesome palm trees. And the winters are nice. Winters are perfect in Florida, but the summers, I don't like that high heat and humidity. It's gross, man. So I landed in Miami one time, stayed in Miami. It was February 1996. And when we landed at Miami airport, it was cold. It was like 56 degrees Fahrenheit. It was raining. It was ugly. But the next day, it warmed right up. It was absolutely awesome, but it's quite humid, and I didn't like the humidity. Yeah. Hey, Huss. How's it going? H. Huss. Good to see you. Yeah, you like Louisiana and Alabama? I'm sure it's nice down there, lots of palm trees and stuff, but I don't like the humidity. If you want to grow palm trees, move to a nice place that's warm in the wintertime. Mild enough to grow what you want to grow, right? Tennessee gets hot and humid in the summertime, but it can still get really bad freezes, so you're limited to what you can grow. And that is a fact. I'm not just making that up, right? It's like Arkansas. Arkansas can grow a lot of stuff, but I look at my buddy Austin's garden this year, and most of his palm trees got wiped out in a bad freeze. Really well-established palm trees, too. And I think a couple of his Wagnerianus palms might have survived, but all the other ones are dead. Unfortunately, it's pretty sad. So that's a problem about living in a landlocked state or province. There's no regulated temperatures by the ocean. So the farther you live away from the ocean, the more extremes. And if you live in a place in the center of the USA, you're also prone to cold Arctic air coming down from Canada, from the prairies. So you're probably better off to live in South Carolina, maybe southern North Carolina, Georgia, along the coast, and on the west coast of United States. So Oregon coast, Brookings, that's where I would live. If I lived in Oregon, I would live in Brookings, Oregon. I absolutely love Brookings, Oregon. If you've never been to Brookings, Oregon, I suggest you check it out. If you want to grow anything under the sun, palm trees and all sorts of exotica, Brookings is 9B, zone 9B, and I've been down there before. It's unbelievable. The date palms are flipping massive. There's queen palms, there's king palms, there's Trackycarpus everywhere. There's Washingtonias, Butias, agaves, you name it, they grow in Brookings, Oregon, right? Idaho's nice too. I've never been to Idaho. I think Wendy's been there. Wendy's been all over the states. Wendy used to live in North Dakota, so Wendy's been all over the states.
Yeah.
North Dakota, I wouldn't recommend if you want to grow palm trees, because that'd be like living in a flipping ice box in the wintertime. She said snowdrifts were really high, right?
Top of the 3-story house.
She said she was walking to school and the snowdrifts were super tall.
Oh, they were like, 15 feet.
I wouldn't want to live that close to color. Way too many. I like northern coastal California. I'd like Eureka, north of San Francisco. Brookings is amazing. I don't know if you've ever been to Brookings, Caleb. If you haven't been to Brookings, Oregon, or Gold Beach, Florence is super nice. The Oregon coast is awesome. It really is a beautiful area. They get a little bit more rain, that's for sure, about 80 inches annually in Oregon on the southern Oregon coast. But I'll tell you what, man, the stuff they grow down there, for me, it's about gardening, and I like exotic gardening. And when I see 40-foot tall date palms and Washingtonias, I know it's a good climate, right? The vegetation says it all for me, right? And H House, how's your garden doing over there in England? I'm sure you're having beautiful weather. Today here is currently 25.1 degrees Celsius, and it is sunny, palmy, and balmy, as you can see behind us. Lots of palms.
What time is it in England?
England's 8 hours ahead of us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so it's late then.
What's that?
It's late. You back from England? It's like what?
England is 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, my God.
It's 4:55 p.m. Pacific time here. So, like I said, I did a landscape consult for a couple today. They want to grow an exotic garden, so that's what I do on the side. I do landscape consulting. I've been doing it for years, probably at least 25 years now. And they bought a place here. They live in Alberta, and eventually they're going to retire here in maybe 4 or 5 years, but they want to get their place all landscape. But they walked through our garden. When did they come to our garden? Last year?
Last summer.
They came here last summer, and they're intrigued with all the palm trees and exotica, and that's what they wanted for their garden. So they hired me to do a consultation for them.
And the arts.
And the art studio. They came to see Wendy's art gallery. So I told them, yeah, they got the perfect ocean view. They're right beside the ocean, southwest kind of like slope, baking hot there. So they're knocking down a bunch of big Dougie fir trees, and they want lots of palms and exotica. So I wrote them out a list of some incredible plants they can stick in their garden there. I would love to live in Newport, Oregon is awesome. I love it there. And yeah, perfect food. Yeah, I like Newport. Newport is beautiful. I really love Florence too. I love the Florence dunes, the sand dunes down there. I've been on the dune buggies a couple different times. I went down there, and I rented a double-seater dune buggy, and one of my kids went with me on the dune buggy, and then the other one went with the wife, different wife, not this wife, another wife, and we had a blast out there. We went out there for I guess we go out there for about an hour, something like that.
Hey, I've loved everywhere I've lived.
Wendy's loved everywhere she lives, but she likes this place the best.
Yeah, I love White Rock. I've always pretty much lived by the ocean my whole life. Not always, but pretty much.
See, I have to live by the ocean.
Me too.
I could never live away from the ocean. I could never live inland. You have 2 Wendys? I wish I had 2 Wendys. I have a younger Wendy and an older Wendy, and they're both really good. No, I don't. I only have 1 Wendy.
2 Wendys wrapped
I used to have a Hillary, but my Hillary's long gone. So now I have a Wendy. So I gave her the Den Stiefel, the boot. That's German for the boot.
Jeez.
I didn't. We got divorced a long time ago. So I'm with Wendy now. Wendy and I have been together for about a decade, right? Pretty much a decade. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
we met at Bettis Beach. That's where you did your consult today.
Yeah, Wendy's a gardener.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good because we kind of click because Wendy likes palm trees. She used to grow palm trees at her last location. She had a lot of palm trees in her garden. I was quite surprised. I went there and she had like palm trees all over the place. So I only have 1 Wendy. She was probably sick of your palms, the last wife. Yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe. She wasn't
a gardener.
She wasn't really into gardening. You know what? Her extent of gardening was really, and it wasn't bad. She'd like put up flower baskets, like potting, like potted plants, like flowers, petunias, put a dracaena in the middle. So she wasn't a big gardener. Wendy is a big gardener. Wendy spends all day long in her garden, and she used to do landscaping too. So, and Wendy had a huge garden just south of Ganges, and she had a B&B, 3 B&Bs there she ran out of her property, and she had a big art gallery. So she gave her ex the boot. She hooked up with this guy, and we lived happily ever after. Yeah. Did we live happily ever after?
Yeah. And now we're just expanding everything.
We're expanding.
Yeah. We're pretty excited.
Wendy has been so busy in that nursery.
We're looking forward to years of the nursery.
Anyway, my ex lives over on the Big Island, and my 3 kids live over on the Big Island. And the Big Island, when I say Big Island, I'm referring to Vancouver Island. So they live in a town called, 2 of my kids, my daughter lives in Chemainus, which is just across from Salt Spring Island. The northern end of Salt Spring Island is not that far from Chemainus. We went across the water. And my youngest son lives in Chemainus, and my oldest son lives up north in Nanaimo. Palms USA's in there. How's it going, buddy? Bro, you remind me of my grandpa. I guess I'll take that as a compliment because I'm sure your grandpa's a good guy, but you're obviously just a young kid because I'm 57.
Is he really? How old is he? Ask him how old he is.
Can we grow wisteria? Have you seen my wisteria? Have you seen my wisteria videos, Frank? Wisteria grows like a freaking weed here.
They take over.
That's the problem with wisteria. It takes over the place.
Rip apart your fence.
Yeah, it does. It's very aggressive. Yeah. Penta Summer and Pat Bay. Man, we need greenhouses to grow more. Yeah, exactly. Pat Bay is awesome. I love Pat Bay. Going well. How are you? Beautiful view of the palm. Yeah, thank you. We got the palms behind us here. Boutia is growing nicely. Anyway, I was saying earlier, I did a landscape consultation today for a couple that wants an exotic garden because that's what I do. I don't know if I ever told you guys, I do landscape consulting also. I've been doing that for about 25 years now. So I didn't even know I had one until a few days ago. Wendy says, you got a landscape consultation on Saturday. They phoned, I was at work, so Wendy hooked that up for me. So I did a consultation for the people, just an hour, just a little over an hour, and told them where to plant their palms, what to plant. They want an exotic garden. So what zone for those palms? Long-term and on this area is Zone 8B. Trackycarpus this far north are a long-term Zone 8A, 8B palm tree. Yeah. Joe, they moved the massive 15 to 27 foot Trachy at the Airspace Museum. I was about to. Oh no! Wow, and they moved it to the. Okay, so that's good. They moved it. That's awesome.
Where to?
And Caleb's grandpa lives in Zone. Wisteria is a weed, and Palms USA says where he is. Yeah, it's a weed here too. Caleb, Zone 5B. Yeah, well, we're in northern Zone 9A here.
I love wisterias though.
Yeah, Wisteria, we have one. We have one growing along the fence.
One. And
Okay, I'll have to check it out, Palms USA. I'll have to check that out.
I had a double clustered purple one.
Yeah.
And I had a white one.
Yeah.
And they grew together. They're just beautiful.
Well, Frank Rizzo, if you want to see wisteria on my channel, the one down at Vesuvius Villas is amazing. Gorgeous. The arbor is purple with wisteria, and they're super fragrant. So just go to my channel and put on wisterias on Salt Spring Island. You'll see it. How to stretch zones in the interior? Well, there's microclimates within every zone, right? So if you're in a zone 6B and you plant something up against a southwest wall of a house in an alcove, maybe that's a zone 7A. You know what I mean? So utilize your garden and find your microclimates. Put thermometers. Like I'm a weather nut. I have thermometers everywhere, don't I? Yeah. I have weather stations and thermometers all over the property. So I know what this property is. Hello, Wendy from Palms USA.
Hi, Palms.
Palms USA. Wendy says hi. 15 to 7 foot. You know what, Palms? That's a big one. 15 to 17 foot. The biggest palm I moved was 20 feet tall, just under 20 foot. At 19, just over 19 feet of trunk. I moved that one about 15 years ago for somebody. So, do you have any bottle palms? No, we don't go Hyophorbe here. I don't grow any palms that aren't really that hardy here. I don't really waste my time, Caleb. Somebody asked me that today. Do you sell Washingtonia?
Did they hear the plane?
There's a plane going over. So, you know what? We have some Washingtonia palms, but I don't really sell them. We only grow palms in our nursery that are working our climate. So, we specialize in Trackycarpus Fortunae palms. We have some Waggies and we have hybrids. But I don't really waste my time with tropical palms. Been at the airspace 21 years now, never protected. That is pretty impressive. It'd be a nice one to get seed on. If it was a female Palms USA, that would be a really nice one to get some seed from, because it would be some nice hardy offspring, wouldn't it? Is it a male or female? Do you know? Saw your video on the Canary Island, but what's the largest they can get around there? So, the biggest one I've seen is growing south of Vancouver, and the trunk is just about as tall as me, and I can never get my arms around it. It's that big. It was planted just over 20 years ago in a Palm Society member's garden. And then there's another big, good size one over at Brian's place in Tofino, and I just recently shot a video of it in March. So you can check out his date palm in March. It's a pretty good size one. It's got a trunk about like this and about like that right now. Yeah, it's been in the ground more than 10 years. No protection. So they got to be in the best growing areas, though. You're welcome, Frank. They finally took off the fencing around the Capitol, which is also... Oh, really? Oh, the Botanical Gardens. I guess, yeah, hopefully too many people aren't going crazy over there, eh? Palms USA, I know they had fencing around the Capitol because there was that raid back in January, which is kind of... They stormed the Capitol. Yeah. There's a lot of craziness going on out there. I think there was some dude that went into a FedEx building the other day and shot up the place, right? It's just absolutely mayhem. This time last week on this Saturday, I was in a possession acquisition license course all day from 8 a.m. in the morning till about 20 after 6 in the early evening. It was a long day, and I just couldn't wait to get out of that course. So I got 76% on the written. I needed 80%. I got 90% on the hands-on. So I had to go back early the next morning. I wrote the test in 15 minutes, and I got 90. So I did pass both tests, and I sent away to New Brunswick for my possession acquisition license, which will come in the mail in about 4 to 5 months. They got to do criminal record checks. They got to phone references. It's not easy getting a firearm in Canada. Put it that way.
Good.
Yeah, there are lots of nuts out there. Lots of nuts out there. Yeah. Anyway, it's good to see you guys in there. And like I say, current temperature here is 25.1 degrees Celsius and 35% humidity here on Salt Spring Island. Have I ever got a free palm? Oh, you have no idea how many free palms I have got. I can't even count how many free palms. The last free palm we had was a 7 foot just about 7 foot
In our
tall
front
Trackie.
driveway.
It's 2 years March now. We dug it out. People phoned me and asked me to dig
Yeah.
palms out. The last one was last year, and I passed it up. It had about probably 19 feet of trunk on it, 18, 19 feet of trunk, and it was too big. I don't need
Yeah.
any more Trackies, so I told my friend to take it for free. So he dug it out, and he got it for free.
Get an excavator.
Yeah. I've taken out lots of ones with 10 feet of trunk and got those for free too. I do not buy Trachycarpus palms. Put it that way. That's one thing I will never buy is a Trachycarpus palm because we grow them from seed and we have thousands of them in our nursery. And if I bought a Trachycarpus palm, Wendy would probably divorce me. Yeah. Can't wait to get into the botanic garden. Have a mature waggy in the courtyard. Oh, cool. Hey, that'd be nice. Get a video of it. Craigslist is giving away 3 15-foot Trackies. Wow. Grab them if you can get an
Cool.
excavator. It's going to cost you money, Caleb, to move them. That's for sure. But yeah, no, I get people ask me for palms all the time to give me free palm trees. So if they're manageable, I'll go in and dig them. So the last biggest one we took out, besides the one with the 7 foot of trunk, was Wendy's son and I took one out June 3 years ago with 10 feet of trunk on it. That one really got stressed. And then 2 years before that, that was 2 years before that. We took that one. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We took out another one with 10 feet of trunk, and that one's doing beautiful, just beautiful. And then a year before that, I took one out with 7 feet of trunk on it for free. Yeah. Also a good sized Trackie at the National Zoo. Cool. I love needle palms, man. Needle palms are awesome. Needle palms are one of my favorite palms. My parents would never allow me to get a palm tree that big, even if. Really? Why not? Why wouldn't they want a palm tree? Give me the dirt. Why don't your parents like palm trees? Put them on the live stream. I'll set them straight.
Tell him to put it in a big planter and he can take it with
Palm
him
trees are awesome, man.
when he moves.
You know how much a palm tree is worth up here that size? $100 to $150 a trunk foot. So there's a foot. $100 to $150 a trunk foot.
He should plant it in a big half oak.
Well, you can't if it's 20 feet tall.
Oh, I see. I was just saying the guy with his parents won't just have planted in a big planter and take it to his apartment.
Your parents don't find them fascinating. Well, you got to put your parents on here, and I'm going to straighten those suckers out for you. I live and breathe palm trees. You know, I think I got palm oil running through my veins, and I got a lot of my tattoos are of palm trees. I got palm tree tattoos all over me. I love palm trees.
It makes you feel like you're in paradise.
Ever since I was a little kid, I liked palm trees. So I've liked them pretty much my whole life.
Like
and I'm 57. So, I mean, look behind us. How can you not like palm trees?
You're somewhere tropical.
You do. On a warm day like this, you really do feel like you're somewhere tropical. Palm trees are the greatest. I agree with Palms USA. Me too. Some people think they look ugly. I mean, I'm in zone 6.
Oh my God, they're beautiful.
Yeah, well, you know what? You know what? It's Caleb, what you could do, and there's people in Ontario that actually grow palm trees, even though they'll never grow there without protection. Bugger Muffins is in there. How's it going? You got to, you can wrap them up. Just wrap them up. And look on the internet, on YouTube, and it'll show you how to protect palm trees in colder climates. Palms USA, I've been having my dreams all lately of how much I think about them. Pretty much everything I think about is palms.
Where does he live?
Or in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
You're a bona fide palm nut.
He's been to Hawaii, right? He's gone.
Hey, have any of you guys been to Hawaii? Palms USA, have you been to Hawaii?
Hawaiian Islands.
If you guys love palm trees, you want the ultimate perfect climate and beautiful topography, Hawaiian Islands. Try the Hawaiian Islands. I've been about 27 times I've been to Hawaii now.
Right?
And because of what's going on in the world right now, it's kind of put a damper on our vacation to the Central Pacific. So hopefully next year, the year after, we'll get back to Hawaii again. But I'm really missing Hawaii, and so is Wendy. We have a lot of friends that live there, and I love the place. How do I get to a moderator? I'll get you a moderator right now. Where are we? Right here. Okay, Caleb, you're now a moderator. Are you happy?
Is he the one that said you look like his grandpa?
Yeah, Caleb. I took that as a compliment. I look like your grandpa, so you're obviously a little kid, and your grandpa's probably like 60 years old.
How old's Caleb?
You're a moderator. Hey, Caleb, how old is your grandpa?
No, how old is he?
Palms USA. Never been to Hawaii. Really want to go. Just in Southern California.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, there's Wadishia bifurcata there. There's lots of foxtails in Hawaii, too. They're all over the place. So if you get a chance, go to Maui.
Ask if anyone's been to La Quinta. La Quinta. Quinta.
La Quinta, where's that? Italy?
It's in California or Arizona. Is it Arizona or California?
I will not abuse my power. 60ish. Okay, so Wendy's 61. So Wendy could be your grandma.
Oh,
and
so he's probably like 18.
How old
15?
are you, Caleb? I'm just curious. I think I've been to California. First time I went there, Palms, USA, I probably told you guys this. December 81, I went for 2 weeks. Drove down with a buddy of mine. He was 19. I was 17. And December 1981, we stayed for a couple of weeks, came back in January 82. And you're 16 in October, okay? You're just a kid. My youngest kid is just about 21.
Lola's age.
My Wendy's granddaughter's on her way to 16.
Yeah.
You know La Quinta. Yeah, there's big coconut there. Oh, is there a big coconut there?
I love La Quinta. That is a beautiful.
I don't know if I've been to La Quinta.
No, you haven't.
I stayed in Rosemed, right beside Hollywood, and then we stayed in Valencia, and then I stayed in Anaheim. We took the kids there in 2008.
La Quinta's beautiful. Old town.
Cool.
Artsy.
Wendy likes artsy stuff. Yeah. So coconuts do grow in Southern California. Like I said, there was one in Newport Beach for 20-something years, but it finally packed it in.
Shakes. You can have a date shake.
My grandpa lives in Sumter, Oregon. Cool. He loves old cars. Cool.
Ooh.
Well, I tell you what. I love old cars. I ride a Harley, and I used to have an old muscle car. I had a 73 Nova SS for many, many years, and I'm still kicking myself for selling it. So I like muscle cars, and I do ride a Harley. I don't know if that means anything. It means that your grandpa and I have something in common.
Pretty cool that he's on there.
My grandpa is 74. My other grandpa would be 92. Wow.
Whoa.
92. Okay, my aunt is going to be 99 this year. My dad's gone now. He died just about 5 years ago. Mom is gone for a few years, but my dad's oldest sister's still alive. She's going to be 99 in September. Isn't that crazy? Got my hands on a 4-foot-tall 7. Oh, nice. Rapatophyllum hystrix, Toby Josh.
Nice.
That is a nice palm. That is a big palm. Oh, Caleb, you're 15. Okay, so Caleb, yeah, you're the same age as Wendy's granddaughter, Lola. I didn't see a coconut, but you didn't see a coconut. Okay, but eucalyptus, yeah, there's lots of eucalyptus down there, Palms USA. Everywhere.
What did you pay for that palm tree?
What did you pay for that palm tree? I'm curious. Or did you get it for free, Toby? Because that would be a fortune up here. That one would be $1,000. Up here, that'd be $1,000. My great grandpa just passed away. 98. Sorry to hear that. Just passed last week. 98. You know what? He had a good life. Hey, 98 is a good life.
Yeah.
A really good life. You can't complain when you're 90. It's like the Prince Philip. He just passed away at 99.
But it's still sad.
It's sad, but it's sadder when somebody young passes away.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not.
It's way sadder. I think it is.
Well, it's sad no matter what.
You know what? You got to celebrate their life no matter what. But if somebody's 99, hey, that dude had a good life for 98. But if that kid's 15 years old and they die, that's a really sad thing because they got their whole life ahead of them. 98 years old, the guy's lived his whole life. Sorry, I'm just blabbing with Wendy. $170? That's cheap.
Cheap.
No.
US?
I remember seeing some big ones one time at a nursery here years ago. More about when I moved to Salt Spring a few decades ago, and they were nearly $1,000, and they had about 3 feet of trunk on them. Wow, that's crazy. $170.
US?
Doesn't matter. I would buy 2 of them. I would buy 2 of them. We have a lot of needle palms in our property. We have 7 needle palms, and they're all doing very well. $40 at Pungo Palms. Oh yeah, that's in Virginia. That's in Virginia Beach. Pungo Palms Nursery. I've known about those guys for years. Wow. That's cheap. I paid $44 for mine. She was in hospice for about a week and then came home for 2 days, passed away happy she passed now. Yeah, you know what, Caleb? It's not good for people to suffer. You know what? I want to if I don't want to suffer, I just want to.
Colors.
What?
Those top 3. This is our house. Our pump house we just painted.
What do you have here?
Those are the paint chips.
Wendy wants to show you some colors here. What are these colors about?
Well, the blue, turquoise.
That's the color of our house.
And our palm nursery.
There's the color of the pump house and the palm nursery. She just painted it, the top one.
Turquoise.
And then there's the trim on it right there.
But the red and that blue really show off.
Wendy's all about colors. She's an artist, right? Well, I'm not an artist.
No, but they make your plants pop.
She had a spine. I got it 14-inch of trunk. That's actually a good price, Toby. Wow, really good price. Caleb, she had a spine problem, which made her really. Yeah, my mom had that too. Caleb. She had surgery on her back years ago, so she was kind of bent over. But she passed away at 80 in February 2018. Digging those. Yeah, they're nice colors. Well, there's the color of our house right there. Wendy stained the whole house about 5 years ago. And now she's doing the pump house. She's just about finished the pump house. Just about. The guy at Pungo Palms gave me a tour and has huge jubea. Yeah, there's palmettos there too. That they grew from seed he tossed away in his yard. No way. Oh, wow. I love jubea. Ours is actually doing really good. I just watered it. So we have jubea that I grew from seed quite a few years ago. The trunk on it's about like this now. They're pretty slow growers. Wendy's a workaholic, right? So like I say, when I'm at work all day, I work for the parks department. I get to work at about 20 after 6, 25 after 6 most days a.m. and I'm off at 3 o'clock. And when I get home, I come to the house, the door's locked. I go down into the nursery, which is on the far side of our property, and she's down there working away, potting up palms. So she loves to pot palm trees. Yes, Wendy is awesome. She loves to pot palm. She loves palm trees. 30-foot brazoria. Wow. Nice. We have lots of brazoria, but they're very tiny, little seedlings. Do you have any foxtail palms? No. One of Wendy's favorites is a foxtail palm, and I have a lot of videos of them here on this channel on Maui because we go to this shopping center just around the corner from our condo in South Kihei, and there's lots of Wisteria bifurcata there. And I got videos of her hugging the foxtail palm. She loves them. There's actually a foxtail palm nursery near Wailea as we're driving to McKenna Beach, and there's rows and rows of foxtail palms. But yeah, they're too tropical, so I don't worry about them here. I don't grow them here. Oh, cool. You took a video of it? Yeah, and foxtail palms will grow in Southern California. I mean, the climate there is perfect, right? I mean, and there are people that do push the limits of coconut palms too. Got a 7 to 8 foot queen at Home Depot. Oh, that's cheap, New Jersey palms. That's really cheap. Well, the one we have here, the guy that sent it to me from Southern California as a seedling years ago claimed it was a Butia cross Ciagris. But you know what? I don't see any Butia in it whatsoever. To me, it looks like a pure Ciagris. I've grown Ciagris from seed before. I've grown Ciagris Roman Zophianum, Silver Queen, and then the regular ones. And this one here looks like just a regular green form queen palm. I planted it in February 2018, and it looks perfectly fine. The only thing I did was put some stakes around it and a plastic bag over it for winter, and it's perfectly fine, no damage. Oversized, that's the link to those palms. Cool. Eugene Craigslist. Wow. Those are big palms, too. I love Southern California, too, Palms USA, because the climate is nice. I also love Northern Coastal California. I got a friend that lives in Eureka, and you should see the stuff they grow in Eureka. Yeah, a little cooler up there, more rain, but they don't get the frost, And if they do get frost, it's very rare. Very, very rare. Thanks, Caleb, for the link. Southern California is a pretty awesome place. So on the continental USA, I like California. I like Oregon. And the islands, my favorite is the Hawaiian Islands. I totally, absolutely love the Central Pacific. I like them so much. I got a lot of tattoos of Hawaii on me. And you can see the islands here. I'll flip my arm around. You can see here. I don't know if you can see that. I got the islands tattooed on my arm, right? So there's the islands here. All the Hawaiian Islands. And we got some palms in there too. And then there's my hula girl. It says aloha on it there. Right? So yeah, I love Hawaii. Our B&B is Hawaiian themed here. So everything's about Hawaii for us.
You buy mushrooms?
No. I got mushrooms. Had I don't know if you guys like dim sum. We had dim sum for lunch, man. It was awesome. Bought it at the local store in town. It's like, oh, so good. St. George, Utah is great. It's high elevation desert. Years ago I did an article for Hardy Palm International on St. George, Utah. It's probably about 25 years ago or more. You know what? It could have been 30 years ago. I did an article on St. George, Utah, and the palm trees that grow in St. George. So I've had seed brought back from me from St. George, Utah, and I got them growing. They are Camerops humilis. Lots of stuff grow there. High elevation, but it can get cold there, but they grow a lot of palm trees in St. George in the southwest corner of Utah. Someone on Facebook is selling 8-foot Mexican pound, 350. Yeah, but you know what? I guess it is cheap, but you know what? They're useless here, so I wouldn't waste my money on them. Like Mexican fan palms, Washingtonia robusta are beautiful palms, but you get a lot of people in colder climates that really insist on growing them in their garden. So they go to great lengths to box them in and this and that, which is fine. But the problem is they grow so fast. What are you going to do to a Mexican fan palm when it gets out of hand and you can't protect it anymore? You know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to watch it freeze. And I don't like watching palm trees freeze. That really sucks. Joe, did you get an email from the International Palm Society about that? No, I'm not in the International Palm Society. I haven't been in the International Palm Society for many, many years. I'm in the Pacific Northwest chapter of the International Palm Society. So I'm in the Pacific Northwest Palm and Exotic Plant Society. I used to subscribe and get, I used to be a member and I used to get Princeps, the journal of the International. I used to also be in the Southern California chapter as well. And also I subscribed to Hardy Enough magazine from Northampton, Massachusetts. But it's our local Palm Society, the Northwest Palm Society, which covers the Northwest here on the coast. So nothing from, and they say, do you, yeah, so yeah, I'm not a member of it, so I don't get any information from them. What do you got there, hon?
Where's a piece of cheese?
I got to set some traps for those mice. How old do the Trackies have to be to start flying? About 10 to 11 years old, something like that. About 16, I want to know how long until it flowers. Yeah, about 11 years old, something like that. I usually see them flower. Yeah. So you'll never know what sex it is until it flowers. I wish I could ship live palms, potted palms to you guys, but I can't. You like our palm trees. They sell them at the store here in town, but people come to our nursery all the time to buy palm trees. We have a lot of Trachycarpus palm. Okay, if I'm here, I'll be on. If I'm not in the nursery, I'll try to get on here. Eastern time, all the palms in National Mall, including. Cool. That would be awesome. 2:30, 3:30 Eastern time. Eastern time. So 3 Eastern time is 12 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be another hot day tomorrow. I'm sitting under the shade of an umbrella right now, a patio umbrella. It's cooking out here. I plan to, okay, that's cool. Yeah, hopefully I can make your live stream. Like I say, we've been so busy working in the nursery. We got so much stuff to pot up down there. It's crazy. And last weekend was kind of a write-off, the Saturday, because I was in my firearms course all day. And the firearms course took up the entire Saturday, and my brain was scrambled. Palms USA, it's 25.1 degrees Celsius here right now with 35% humidity. It's, I don't know what's 25. I guess it's probably, 76 degrees, 77 degrees Fahrenheit here currently. It's toasty. How much is the shipping? Oh, no, you couldn't even get one here. There's nobody on Salt Spring Island. Our island's too small, so we don't have a plant inspection agency here, a government plant inspection agency on Salt Spring Island. That's over in Victoria. And it's very expensive because, first of all, I'd have to take a ferry over there to get one, and they'd have to be inspected every time. So it's not worth it for me. Yeah, no, it's very warm here. It is. I'll tell you how warm it is. I took a picture before the live stream started, and it's that warm right there. You see that? So 35% humidity of 25.1 degrees Celsius. It is a toasty day in paradise. So low humidity. Yep. You can't. It has to be a government thing. You can't, Caleb. It's all government. And that doesn't work here. You have to be, it has to be a special. It's a agriculture inspection. So you actually have to get a phytosanitary certificate, which might be, I don't know, $50, 30, $50, something like that. But in order to get one, I have to go off island. I'd have to miss a day of work, which cost me a lot of money. And then you have to buy a phytosanitary certificate. You'd have to bring the palms over there to get them inspected. It's not worth it. So I never ever ship potted palms. It's too much work for me. So very busy potting here too. The Eucalyptus barley seeds are, oh, cool. Right on. I'm glad they're growing. Hey, did you 54 Fahrenheit? You know what? 54 Fahrenheit's fine too. I don't even mind it. Working in that is perfect. Hey, New Jersey palms, did you have to stratify those seeds, or did they just come up? Did you put them in the cooler or anything, like in the fridge? I don't know if I'm blocking this. I want to see something. You can see the boot. This guy is loving the warmth here, right? Just loving the heat. The only drawback with this weather, it's extremely dry. We haven't had any rain. Like I said, for April, I don't think we've had any measurable precipitation. and it's been extremely dry in March. No stratification. Cool. So that's a good thing. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you'll like Parvula. It's a very hardy. Small leaf gum is an extremely hardy eucalyptus tree. Very hardy. There's some big ones on Salt Spring Island. I mean, Wendy just cut down a big one on our property about 2 months ago. There's E. Gunnii is a nice one. We just had that big one cut down at the back of our house, so we don't have any big E. Gunnii now. We've got them all cut down. And I talked to the tree cutter today. When I went to do the landscape consultation today, Scotty, the tree cutter, was there, and I says, you got to put us on your list because I got to get that 60-foot Pariniana cut down. We have a 60-foot spinning gum growing down hanging over the nursery, and I want that thing gone, so I'm going to get him to cut it down. Yeah, they would. They worry about diseases, bacteria, nematodes, and all that stuff, Caleb. So, yeah, you can't ship potted stuff without being inspected. Stellulata. Yeah, you know what? Stellulata is nice. We have some small ones. There's a big one growing beside the elementary school that I planted years ago, but I think they cut it down. The guy at the school district said they had to cut it down. It was getting too big. It was beautiful. I planted it when my oldest son was in grade 1, and now he's 30 years old. So there you go. That's called a Black Sally. Stellulata. There used to be a big Eucalyptus Gunnii at Smithcash. Wow, cool. It must have been the winter they got them. Yeah, they can only handle so much cold. They're less cold hardy than, say, Trachycarpus palms. They are less cold hardy, right? The biggest Gunnii on our island is so big you cannot get your arms around it. I think the last time I measured it was 90 inches circumference at my chest height. So it is a monster tree. It's planted about 35 years ago. Yeah, there's some really big gum trees on Salt Spring Island. There's a lot of them here. They're a very common tree. And you know what? As much as I love them, I'm kind of done with big ones now. So we keep we have a lot of eucalyptus trees still on our property, but we keep them all to size. So like I got one more we got to cut down, and I'm going to get them cut it down to about an 8-foot stump. And if it resprouts, it resprouts. If it doesn't resprout, I don't really care. It's like the mountain gums. They were cut at the worst possible time ever. They were cut in early February, and right after they cut them, we had a freeze, and that's the worst thing that happens to a eucalyptus. After you cut them, you have a freeze. It can actually split them, and it looks like some of them might be split a bit, so I don't know if they're going to resprout again, those big 100-foot mountain gums we had, but that's fine. I'm done with them. Like I say, they were there for a few decades. I enjoyed them, but they were starting to get really dangerous, dropping big sheets of bark, plugging up the gutters, and sucking the life of all the palm trees, dropping massive branches and crushing everything below. So no, done with them. Don't plant them near your house. Don't plant them near your house. They're very dangerous trees when they get big. I can also ship some. Yeah, so you can ship throughout the U.S. We have Neglecta too. There's some big Neglecta on Salt Spring Island. I think Parvula is hardier than Neglecta. Myself, personally, I think Eucalyptus parvula could probably take colder temperatures than Neglecta. The most cold hardy eucalyptus is Eucalyptus debusavilli, okay? So the Jonama snow gum is native to the high mountains in Australia, Kosciuszko at the top, and it endures the coldest temperature of any eucalyptus. So it's from the highest provenance you can get seed is Eucalyptus debusavilli. That's the one you want to try. Yep, it's pretty good too. They're pretty tough too, Stellulata. There is Michael Morris. Michael Morris is in there. Sweet. When I got to Las Vegas, I'm going to buy Joshua tree. Yeah, I grew one in here for years, and it finally petered out, and it wasn't from cold. It just didn't like where I had it. Maybe too much shade. I had one growing in the garden forever. Yucca brevifolia, Joshua tree. Will you get you the pics on Palm Talk? Palm Talk. I used to be on that forum years ago. Palm Talk. Yeah, that's a good forum, Palm Talk. That's the thing. There's so many different forums on palm trees now in exotic plants on Facebook. I think you could grow a Joshua tree there in Zone 6B where you are in Oregon. If you could get one from maybe Joshua Tree Park or something like that. Yeah, Palms USA. I should check it out. I can see if I can still log in there. I don't remember my password. I'll have to check that out. It's been years since I posted on there. Years. And it was a good forum. There's people from all over on there, which I enjoyed. I haven't been on Facebook as much, to be quite honest with you. I've been so busy. Michael Morris is preparing for a tropical garden in Halifax. Right on. Well, you know, I ship a lot of palm trees to Halifax. I got a friend that lives there, Michelle. And Michelle, I've sold her hundreds and hundreds of palm trees over the last few years, and seeds too, right? So she's got like this palm nursery going on in Halifax. Of course, they got to come in for the winter time, or you have to box them in for winter. Otherwise, they're going to freeze, right? So you're going to have to box things in and put some heat with them. There are some big palms growing in Halifax. They box in the city planted. Caleb, me and my dad were going to the desert and a Joshua tree, but the mountain they are protected. Yeah, they are protected. Get some seeds. Get some seeds from Joe's. Some drunk college kids have gone to Joshua National Park. Those guys should be put in jail, Palms USA. Yeah, that's crazy doing stuff like that. Vandalizing stuff. It's like somebody busted a bunch of fronds off one of the palms I transplanted at the pool. And I find that kind of irritating. You know, the thing's just getting established. We moved 3 palms from one part of the garden at the public pool to another area beside the pond, and somebody came and snapped some fronds off there last week. It's like, come on, just leave stuff alone. You know, I don't know why people got to do that. Rotary Park, there's a big palm tree. There's a couple palm trees I planted there years ago, and people occasionally snap fronds off them, you know. There are native Washingtonia flifera ghosts in Joshua Tree Park. Oh, that's cool. See, that's where you want to get some seed from, because they're pretty. Those are hardier palms for drier climate. The Washingtonia flifera, California fan palm. I wish we could grow them here, but you know what? Washingtonia flifera absolutely hate our climate. It's too. Summertime is okay. Wintertime is too wet and cool. It's just our winters are wet. Live oaks starting to put some nice. I like live oaks. They're beautiful. We have a Lithocarpus henryi, the tanbark oak. We have some small live oaks from Virginia, but I planted a live oak, Quercus agrifolia, so a California live oak, beside Central Hall / Cinema on Salt Spring back in the 90s, and it's big. It's got a big trunk on it and a palm tree growing beside it. All right, I'm going to call a junkyard and see if they sell a canopy. Okay, see you later, Caleb. Take care. And you're the moderator too. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, you have a good one out there. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Live oaks are better than dead oaks. That's right. If you like a live oak, you should check into the Michael Morris. And live oak is referring to an evergreen oak tree. So it's an oak tree that doesn't lose its leaves. Just took a video today of a big southern live oak in Texas. And Texas live oak growing. Cool. They grow a lot of stuff in DC, May. That's awesome. I think, what is that, Zone 7B there? It's got to be Zone 7B. Okay, see you, Caleb. That's got to be 7B in Washington, D.C., I bet. I mean, I know they get lots of heat. Yeah, so a live oak, Michael, is a evergreen oak. A lot of them are native to the southeastern United States, and then there's some native to Southern California. Zone 7A, 8B, that's 7B, 7A, 7B. That's pretty impressive that they're growing some mature Trackies there. That's pretty cool. But you know what? You're at a southern zone, and Trachycarpus are definitely hardier in lower zones than they were. You'll never grow a Trachycarpus palm to maturity in 7A, 7B in Canada. Not possible, never going to happen. I'd like to see somebody prove me wrong. 7A is Point Pelee, Southern Ontario and Windsor. You will never, ever grow a Trachycarpus and arborescent palm there without winter protection. But in Washington, you can do it. It's different, the northern zones and the southern zones. I just mowed my back garden, tearing up the grass by acorns are very hard to. Oh, cool. Especially Quercus fusiformis. Nice. I don't know that one. We have native Gary oak here, Quercus garryana, on our island. 7A and higher, 7B along the waterfront in the National Mall. Cool. So when you say the waterfront, is that like the ocean? Is that like Chesapeake Bay or something? Is that that's what you're talking about, the waterfront, right? Does Chesapeake Bay come that far up the Atlantic Ocean right into Washington? I got to look at a map. I mean, I've talked to Washington many times on my two-way radio. I'm just trying to picture it now on a map. Palms is in there. Palms, hey, good to see you in there, man. Yeah, so Quercus fusiformis is the Texas live oak, some regard as a. Oh, cool, Quercus virginiana. Nice. So a nice hardy plant. So that's what I have, Quercus virginiana. And I'm trying to think who sent them to me. John A. Saya sent them to me from Virginia. Unfortunately, the rabbits got some, so we had a couple left in the garden. And I love them. I love the live oaks. They're beautiful trees. Yeah. Neighbor down the road, and when I say neighbor, they're about a mile and a half down the road, have their driveway lined in live oaks. And then there's another guy farther down the island, Midway Island. He's been growing the things for probably 40 years. He's got tons of them all over his property, big live oaks all over. He's about 700 feet above sea level. Yeah. So pretty hardy trees. And he's in zone 8B. Hi, Joe. Camel's in there. Good to see you in there. Waterfront means along the rivers. Okay, the rivers. Okay, about 35 minutes from Chesapeake Bay. Okay, I had a friend that lived in Baltimore, and he just recently moved out. Last June, he moved to Olympia, Washington. So we'd meet up with Justin every year on Maui on Little Beach, and he said he wanted to be closer to Maui, so he moved to Olympia, Washington. So there's Camel in there. Just gave me a date from Pride earlier. Hopefully it recovers. Just gave me date tree. Oh, cool. Well, hopefully it does recover. Let us know. There's a guy that does that here, Palms. Generally that's on the East Coast thing, Palms, where they extract syrup from the sugar maples. We don't have any sugar maples here. We have the big leaf maple tree called Acer macrophyllum. And there's actually a group on Salt Spring Island that extract and makes syrup from them. You wouldn't think our winters would be cold enough here, but they've proven people wrong. And this has been going on for years. So you can actually get Salt Spring Island maple syrup. And it's supposed to taste okay. I don't think it's as good as the stuff from back east, but there are people here that have sugar shacks. And we're not that far north compared to, far north compared to you guys, but our winters aren't that cold. But it still seems to be cold enough actually to make maple syrup. I wish I was I was just in Baltimore, took a video of the famous Rowling. Oh, cool. With the Palm House. Nice, Palms USA. Sweet. And I've never tried it, Palms. I've never tried extracting. Matter of fact, I cut down maple trees because we have a massive one there. I'm looking at 100 and, God, that one's probably 115, 20 feet tall. There's a massive maple there. There's maples down in the ravine and stuff. They got leaves on them now, flowers and leaves coming. Yep. There's this is a really good 15-gallon camera ops at Home Depot. That's cheap. That's actually really cheap. $60. Yeah, I would definitely get it for if I were you. That's a good price for a Mediterranean fan palm. Same here, Palms USA. I'm not big into deciduous trees. To me, a deciduous tree looks like it's dead in the wintertime and it makes it look cold. When I look at a deciduous tree in the wintertime, it looks cold to me. So when I stare out our window at the palm trees, it looks a lot warmer than actually what it is. So the only deciduous trees we have are down in the ravine. So we have some maples. Everything else around us are conifers, right? See what around us here? It's all evergreen. And arbutus, you can see the arbutus tree behind me. There's a Pacific Madrona. There's massive ones. See them there? Right there? Those are 100 and something foot tall madronas. We have so many madronas on our property. They're beautiful broadleaf evergreen native trees. Lollipolly pine. Loblolly pine. Yeah, that's a cool one. I'd like to try one of those. Bottle palms for 115. Yeah, I wouldn't go bottle palms just because they're not hardy. Oh, cool. New Jersey palms. Potted humulus going to flower soon. Awesome. That's pretty cool. Got a bunch of Camarops humilis here. And they're one of my favorite palms as well, too. I really love shrubby palms. I like suckering palms. So Camarops and Nanorops ruchiana and Rapatophyllum hystrix. Those are absolutely the top palms on my hardy palm list. And I love fan palms more than feather palms. What zone and place are you from? I think he said he's in, you can tell him Palms USA. He's actually Washington, D.C. Looks like it's a pretty good growing zone. They grow a lot of palms there, which is really cool. I hear a dog barking at something. Must be an intruder out there. He's doing a perimeter sweep. If I buy one or two, what do you think? Put them in the full sun. That's the most important thing. And put them in well-draining soil. That's what you got to do, Camel. They'll grow well there. The hemlock woolly killed numerous stands of native hemlocks. Oh, we have native hemlocks here, and a lot of them are dying too, Palms USA. We call them a western hemlock. Canopy consists most of pitch pine. Yeah, so New Jersey, yeah. Ours is Douglas fir, grand fir, western red cedar, Pacific yew, balsam. I'm trying to think, western hemlock, And we have shore pine up on the mountains. The only place you're going to see pine trees native here are up high in the mountains. I do have a shore pine in my garden. A friend gave me many years ago as a sapling, and now it's big. It's probably, I don't know, 40, 50 feet tall, something like that. And it's a native pine tree. It's a nice pine. It's actually got fairly long needles on it too. It looks, shore pine are quite nice. I'll send you a pic of a bottle balm later. They were so big. Yeah, I don't know. They seem kind of tricky, I bet, indoors, Hyophorby. I'm not going to waste my time with them because I'm really not an indoor plant guy. I prefer outdoor plants. So we put the bananas out. Those are the indoor bananas. You can see them. Can you see them there in the distance? There's some of the bananas we put outside for the summertime. Those are Musa acuminata dwarf Cavendish. Yeah, we have some cactus inside. I brought some Brugmansia outside today too. I got to put them in the garden or put them in pots. But yeah, I'm more into just garden plants, things that work in our climate. There's the odd thing that's kind of pushing it, like the date palm that I put a nursery pot over for the winter time, and it actually looks really good. So I'm going to do the same thing for next winter. I'm just going to put a nursery pot over it and plastic bag in a nursery pot, and we'll see if it holds up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what I mean? It's just an experiment. Some gorgeous, very old Atlantic white cedar. Yeah, Atlantic white cedar are nice. We have the Thuya placata here. Yeah, we do have the awesome. I saw the lullaby. Very different from the rest of New Jersey. Interesting. Yeah, it's like us here on the Gulf Islands, completely different than the rest of Canada. The climate, the vegetation, everything here is quite a bit different. We have manzanita, and we have lots of Pacific madrona all over the place. So, and we do have prickly pear cactus, and we have succulents. Palm juice. I need to visit this guy in my neighborhood. I just heard a tree break. That's crazy in the forest. He wheels out 500 to 600 pound pinto palms for your nose in the summer use. 2-foot tall wash. Oh my God. That's crazy, Palms USA. That's dedication. And it's a lot of work too, unless you have a forklift. North Mexico. Whoa. Oh, you're from Norway. Wow. There are palms in southern Norway. There's Trachycarpus palms. Canopy. Here's mostly pine, different species of oak. Yeah, you'd have evergreen oak down there too, Camel. Down in South Carolina. Definitely evergreen oak. Looks like this live stream's going okay. I haven't been interrupted. We had a B&B guest, 2 B&B guests. They checked in last night. They phoned, needed a place to stay for the night. And so they checked out early this morning. They were gone when I was doing my consultation. They were gone before I did my landscape consultation. So, but after I do the next consultation for them, hopefully that's going to be the time where I tell them to actually plant their palm trees and exotic plants. So maybe I can shoot a video of it. I took some pictures I'll put on Instagram of their place. It's just a beautiful view of the ocean and the outer Gulf Islands. Palms, so you can go trackies and stuff unprotected in Montgomery County. Palms USA, he used to have some 18 to 20 foot tall trackies, but they died. Needle palms, 40-year-old Seiko. Wow, that's cool. Dedication, Palms USA. Dedication. Crazy. Some people just love their palms. He used to have let's just see. Distracted. I'm just reading. Sorry, I'm reading out loud, guys. And I don't know what time it is there, but it is 5:48 here, so I'm guessing it's 8:48 there. And you can still see it's sunny and very warm here. So I got the patio umbrella up. And it's just an absolutely awesome day, and I don't see any rain in sight. I'm looking forward to rain. I want some rain. We need it for the island, and we need it for the garden. It's getting kind of scary dry here now. Southern live oak is only native to the coast for some reason. Oh, interesting. Okay, because we have lots of Gary oak here, but they're protected. There's a lot of them on Salt Spring Island in certain areas. Hardy hibiscus, nice. Yeah, Wendy's got a lot of those planted in the garden here. They're a little bit later to leaf out. They're Rose of Sharon. Make a video of the yard. It's crazy. It was made an honorary member of the Virginia Palm Study. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That guy is a palm nut, and he should be made an honorary member. Eric, can you send some of your nice weather? We can send some of our nice weather. It is, like I say, 25 degrees Celsius here at this area on Salt Spring Island, so which means it's 30 degrees Celsius where the olives grow. I talked to George yesterday. And the other day we had, what did we have? 21 degrees Celsius, and he says it was 26 degrees Celsius there. So it's going to be 30 degrees Celsius where the olives grow. It's a lot hotter down there. His name is Bo Barefoot. Bo Barefoot. You got to like that name. That's kind of a cool name. Right on. Eric Thompson, whereabouts are you again? Were you in Sweden or Norway? Somewhere over there in Scandinavia? Last week, great. This week, around this week, 10 degrees. Yeah. The low temperature here this morning was 9.8. And like I say, before I did the live stream, it was 25.1. Mac Attack's in there. And I'm sure Mac Attack's having some toasty, palmy, balmy weather in southern Ontario. Hey, Mac Attack, we got 25 here right now, 25 degrees. Ontario, right. Yeah. So did it cool down in Ontario then? Because I know they had some warm days. That's the thing when you're in some other place in Canada. It's very inconsistent, the weather. Here it's very consistent. And there's Palm Nation. Palm, they are marginal here, there, but Waggies. You know what? I got a bunch of Waggy seeds from a guy in Utah. None of them have sprouted yet. None of them have germinated. A bit chilly here today. Yeah, no, it's definitely nice here. It'd be high 70s here, I guess. Hey, Mac Attack, what's 25 degrees Celsius? It's 25.1 degrees Celsius here. I don't know. You give me the dirt. It's got to be in the 70s, right? This week a bit cooler, mostly 70s. And the humidity is very low. It's 30. Well, I'm going to show you. I took a picture of it. So if you don't believe me, because I don't feel like running in, there's the temperature right there. That's when I started the live stream. It's 25.1, 35% humidity. So low humidity. So I guess it's mid to high 70s here right now. 28 last week. Yeah, I knew it got pretty warm there. 24 Celsius. It's 25 here, right? It was 25 here today, Mac Attack. When I started this live stream, it was 25.1. It's been up in the 20s every day. Yeah, it's been great. I've been working outside, t-shirts and shorts, and doing a lot of mowing. We've been working in the palm nursery every day. Been very, very busy. Where I was doing the consultation today for somebody down on Bettis Beach, or Bettis Road, man, it was cooking hot there. So I told them they got to plant some fig trees, plant some persimmons, plant some olives in there, and they want lots of palms. Hopefully it gets back to the 80s here. Oh, I'm sure it will. You're going to have a lot of 80s down there, Camel. A lot of 80s. Your Space Museum, 21 years. Well, hopefully it'll do well that they moved it. You know? Hopefully it doesn't decline. I moved some big palms and they're just kind of sitting there in suspended animation. Long range. Yeah, see, that's pretty toasty. I just see 20s here, which is seasonal. It's just normal. 20 degrees Celsius. Yeah. And warmer inland. Add another 5 degrees, 6 degrees inland on our island. Columbia got 90 last week. Yeah, toast. It's amazing what areas are good for palms. It's amazing what areas are good for palms. There's a lot of places people least expect palm trees to grow, and yet they will grow there. Like, you know, when you tell people palm trees grow in England, they're all over the place. 99 here last week. That is hot. That's what is in my greenhouse right now. And it's like, I stepped in there the other day and I just about died. And then I watered it and I died even more because then the humidity went up and it's just like, it was absolutely, I'm sorry, I couldn't handle it in there. It was sweaty. It was like, right now the humidity is very low here. Like I said, 35%. It's very dry. The air is dry here. So, but a lot drier where Caleb was. He said he had 12% humidity. So we're 35% right now, which isn't that bad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind it when it's hot, as long as I don't have to work in the heat. I absolutely, and anybody I know that I work with in the Parks Department absolutely hates working in the heat. So I would not want to be working today at the Parks Department. On my day off, hey, it can be 90 degrees. It don't matter to me. I got a patio umbrella here. I could have a cold beer or a glass of water. It's all good. But we were down working in the nursery today under the redwood trees, and it was absolutely perfect there. It just felt really nice. But I was starting to warm up a little bit, so I stopped. My blue camera ops is seeding. Oh, nice. Corn around trunk ear. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, mine's not yet. We have the blue camera ops too, Serifera, but no activity from it. I mean, it's growing, but I haven't seen any flowers or anything. My blue camera ops. Yeah. Some people love it when it's hot, and some people like it when it's humid. Yeah, I sell and ship seed weekly. I just shipped some to Alabama a couple days ago. I shipped 120 seeds to Alabama. Yeah. When was that? 2 or 3 days ago. I've shipped a lot of seed to Tennessee. I have Trackycarpus fortunae. I have some hybrid, and I also have some from Zone 8A as well. So, but yeah, that's on eBay all the time too. It's a busy time of the year here though. Like that's why I'm not even on Facebook as much either. I don't have the time. I'm so busy doing other things right now. The weather's so nice and we take full advantage of it working in the nursery through the spring and summer months. So that's what we do here. We have a lot of palms to pot up, and Wendy's on a mission to get all the root-bound 1 gallon ones potted to 2s and 5s. So she's done hundreds of 5 gallon pots. You should see how many 5 gallon palms we have now. She's going just crazy on it. She's down there all day, literally all day potting up, like I said. So I come down and join her after work, and then I was in there today too. But I can only pot for so long, and I got other things too. I have to water the garden. It's pretty dry here, so I watered the back garden. I watered some in the upper garden. I'm gonna have to do some more watering after this live stream. So I'll do this live stream for a little bit longer, and then I got to do some watering. And it gets dark late here. It's dark usually around 9 o'clock, something like that. I might order some from you this week. I'll probably have. Okay, cool. That's fine. I can ship them anywhere. Doesn't matter, wherever you want. I ship all over. I've shipped to every 50 state. I've done all 50 states now, and I've done probably over 20 countries worldwide. My palmettos are pushing out some new growth finally. Cool. Gotta love the palmettos. Things are growing here too. It's a good time of the year. And I went and scooped up a bunch of that Canada Goose manure. They sucked it all off the field with the lawnmower, the bagger, and they put it in a pile. So I took some garbage cans of it home. I filled it up with a shovel, and I put it all around the bananas and a bunch of other plants. So hopefully they like it. It should have a lot of nitrogen in there, and I know the bananas should like that. So it's mixed in with grass clippings and goose manure. So we'll see how it does. I put some around two of the needle palms. So we'll and one of the sable miners too. No problem. It was super shock. Well, you know what? At least Palms USA, at least they moved it to a good area, right? Bermuda grass finally came out of dormancy. Cool. Right on. I see the bamboos are shooting up canes right now. And that's a good thing. And we got this butylon, a flowering maple, which is a really cool subtropical evergreen maple tree. And it's absolutely loaded with flower buds on it. So when it blooms, I'll shoot a video of it, take some pictures. It gets really nice flowers on it, kind of like a Lavatera, but more kind of bluey colored. Yeah, maybe more mauve. And the flowers are like a hibiscus, something like that. So it's called a butylon, or a, as they call it, is it an Indian maple? Something like that. I think it's native. It's native to the subtropics. Yeah. Yeah, no, that'd be awful. I wonder why they moved it. Why did they move it anyway? Palms USA. What was the problem with it there? I mean, I thought it looked nice. All those oleanders. Oh yeah, oleanders are doing good. Ours are putting out so much growth right now. They're popping because Wendy cut them back because they were too leggy and tall. So she cut them back last year, and they're shooting all over the place. I found a clump of horsetails. Horsetails. Wow, we have lots of those things down in the ravine, but they're maybe about 4 feet tall. But do not get those in your garden, because if you get horsetails in your garden, you will not get rid of them. Those things have been around since the dinosaurs, and they are useful, but they spread by spores, and also the roots go really deep. I heard the roots on those things can go like 20 feet deep or so. And yeah, they like I say, that's why they've been around since the dinosaurs. But I think they're cool. We got some pretty good size ones down there, and I'd say, yeah, maybe about 4 feet tall, but I've never seen an 8-foot tall horsetail, which means you probably have pretty good soil down there, maybe some moisture in it too. They're growing down where the Swampsonii palms are growing. There's lots of horsetail, lots of stinging nettle. Palms USA, they're doing major renovations at the gardener. Well, okay, that's cool. So they're doing renovations. At least they did not cut it down, because that would have been tragic. That would have been a crime to cut down a palm tree that big in zone 7A, 7B. That would absolutely suck. But you know what? There are people that do that. There are people that actually cut down palm trees. Here, I know our friends had a palm they planted in 1989. It was 20 feet tall. The new people moved in, and you know what they did? The first thing they did was cut down the palm tree. And then there was a big one growing at Brinkworthy near town, another one 20 feet tall. And the gardener said to the owner of the place, "It's getting too tall, your palm tree. You might want to think about taking that down." Are you kidding me? So she hired the old lady at the palm tree, listened to the gardener, and they cut the thing down. They cut the palm tree down. Stupidity, man. Ximenes Hotel, 30-foot palm tree. They cut it down, the new owners. And then people raised a sink, so they planted another one. Yeah, it would have been... yeah, no kidding, eh? Just ridiculous. Palms like that, or plants like that, when they're out of their range, you know what I mean? Like, they should be cherished. And there's a lot of people that don't know anything about gardening, don't know anything about palm trees or plants, and it happens all the time. Cow manure is good stuff too. It's good. It's excellent for them. They love it. So we got goose poop around our bananas, grass clippings, I didn't put any seaweed around yet, and then I hit them with some 1818 slow release. But the bananas are looking good. They're pushing out lots of growth. And now that we got that cedar tree cut down, they'll probably do even better because the roots won't infiltrate the banana patch. Cedar trees are the worst. Okay, guys. Well, I guess I should roll soon. I guess I got to get some dinner, and I got to water. So dinner, it's going to be in that order: dinner and then water. I got to water the garden. I'm still fuming over the massive trachea at Trent, New Jersey that was chopped down, supposedly the farthest. Isn't that terrible? Doesn't that makes me sick? I mean, some people just don't care because they're not into plants. Is lady palm hardy? I grew lady palm here for quite a few years in a sheltered spot, Camel, and it died actually in the summer. It dried out when I went to Hawaii for a few weeks. It didn't get watered. It was in very fast draining soil. That's the problem here. Summertime is a killer for some plants here because it gets so dry and the soil doesn't hold moisture. If the soil held moisture, it would have been fine, but it's very sandstone and shaly. So I would definitely give one a try in a sheltered spot. And Palms USA, that sucks. You know what I mean? Cutting down a palm that far north that shouldn't be there and is thriving. It's absolutely sickening. Really hate when do things that they with another tracking courthouse. Yeah, I know it's sad. You know, people just don't get it. I planted 2 Livistona palms in town years ago, and they were there for, I'm going to say probably 8 years maybe or so. And one day I went, they were gone. They ripped them out because they were doing some work to the sidewalk. So I had them growing in front of an art gallery in the garden. It was close to the wall, and they did really well. And they didn't grow that fast, but they never got damaged. And then they cut those things down too. So they pulled them out or cut them down or whatever. Finally found a place to get a radicalis. Oh, radicalis. Oh, so somebody said in Texas that their radicalis survived the freeze and their trackies died. So the radicalis, Camadori radicalis, survived, and their Trachycarpus fortunae died. We have radicalis here, and we have microspadex. And I want to let you know something. We moved the microspadex again, and it's doing a lot better. Yeah, trackies here are thick, man. They're like big. Camel, they're huge, chunky. We call them chunky trackies. Try outside my house in a small. Do it. Yeah, do it, palms, for sure. Texas cold hardy palms and cycons usually a bunch. Yeah, radicalis are great palms. Benjamin's in there. How's it going? I saw some big elch in Virginia Beach. Wow, nice. Cool. You know where I saw some of those? Oh, well, in Vancouver, they grew them for 20 years up against a building. And that's another one. The gardener said they're getting too big and they're too close to the building. So they cut them down. 2 Livistonas, nice trunks on them. Gerard Puri planted them in 1989, and around 2009, they cut them down. It's just unbelievable. Just made fried chicken. So you're a cook. You're just a kid, and you're a cook. That's pretty awesome. Right on. Fried chicken is good. We had some of that the other day. When does the live stream end? I'll go for another 10 minutes, maybe something like that. It's been going for an hour and 12 minutes. How hardy? They like shade. They like more shade palms, especially in intense heat. So our Camadori radicalis is growing under the tree fern, okay? It's growing underneath the Dicksonia antarctica. And I'm kind of worried about the Dicksonia antarctica right now because Wendy had a very large cedar tree cut down that cast quite a bit of shade on it for part of the day. And now the Fatsia trees under the cedar are in full hot sun. And the radicalis is probably going to get a little bit more intense sun too. So I'm kind of worried about it. Dallas, yeah, did they actually make it though during the freeze? Maybe some of them might have made it. Because I know most palms are pretty marginal in Dallas. And then you get a bad freeze every so often and it does wipe them out. Getting too big is the worst. I know, isn't that terrible? So 2 of them, Palms USA, and they cut them down. I wish you could put a security camera at the park since they're... I know, isn't that terrible? I had to pressure wash the one yesterday. No excuse makes it worth it. Yeah, I know. I totally agree with you. I would never chop down a palm tree. So getting back to chopping down palm trees. So when they cut down the big eucalyptus tree at the back of our house, the arborist cut the palm tree in half. You probably saw the video. They cut the palm tree in half. Well, it's got this much growth on it now, guys. It's pushing out the growth. It's in baking hot sun all day. So around it, I planted sable minor, and there's trithrinics as well. My radicalis is direct sun through the winter. And so the winter time, I think it'll be fun, Toby Josh. The summertime, I'm thinking if it got full sun, maybe it would bleach out a little bit here. Yeah. Cool. Try some under the bananas. Yeah, try them, palms. I'm very impressed with radicalis. I planted it, like I say, in 1997, and it's never been damaged. Awesome. That makes me so happy. It's resurrected. Palms USA. I'll shoot another video of it for you guys. It is growing so flippin' fast now. And I was so upset when they cut that thing down because that's one I grew from seed. And the base on it's about this big, but now it's got about that much growth on it. So I think that thing's probably going to have by summertime, should have a frond or two. I'm hoping. There's some nice sable miners and other Trenton Trackies. Large choice, yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, they're growing choicea there too. Awesome. That's a very common landscape plant here is choicea tornata. I could stream tomorrow, Benjamin, after I do the nursery. I'm going to be working in the nursery all day. I might do one on Wendys. I might do one on Gulf Island Rock. I had a... Oh, yeah. There are burnt... Oh, Elegans. Yeah, yeah. We have some of those, but they're in the house. They're Wendys, not mine. Radical is much more sun tolerant than other Camador. Okay, cool. That's good to know, Toby. Good to know. Yeah. So tomorrow I might do a stream. If I do, and it could be on Jungle Joe C. If it's on Jungle Joe C, I'll bring it out here outside. And if it's on Gulf Island Rock, well, I'll be outside. I don't know if I'm going to do it on Banana JSSI. I like to switch it up a little bit. Yeah, Elegans can handle any. Yeah, no. So we have Wendy's got Elegans. She's had one for about 8 or 9 years now, and then we got another one a few years ago, and they're doing really well. One of them she wasn't quite happy with, so I came in one time, and the Elegans guy says, "Where is it?" Well, she threw it off the sun deck. She pulled it out of the pot off the kitchen table, threw it over the sun deck. So it laid out there for a couple of days, right? Because I noticed it a couple of days later, and it was sitting down below the sun deck, and we have a high sun deck. So I potted it back up, kept it outside for the summer, and now it's back in the house, and that was last year, and it's doing very well. I saved that palm. Choicea in hot summer climates. They're native to southern Arizona and Mexico, so they should do well. There's lots of them all over our island. Kind of do well. They're very hardy. Yeah, they're hardy down to about 15 degrees Fahrenheit, I find. And the nice one is Sundats and Aztec Pearl. The main trees I'm planting are hollies, willow, bald cypress. Yeah, holly trees are the class as an invasive species here, but I still like them. And we have a bald cypress. I was down filming the Petasites today, and there's a big bald cypress in our pond. You'd like it. It's, I mean, not big. It's got a trunk on it maybe about like this now. So maybe a little bit bigger. It's a nice tree. I planted it back in the 1990s and as a 1 gallon, and it's a pretty nice sized tree now. They're okay. Areca's not my favorite palm. They're too overplanted when I go to Hawaii. I have Goldfinger. That must be Sundance, maybe, eh? New Jersey. It's got kind of golden leaves on it. Huh. Yeah, you know what you should be trying is, Benjamin, you should be trying Aleagnus angustifolia. Try Russian olive. Try a Russian olive where you are in Montreal. That's the one you'd like, and it's nice and hardy. Huge bald cypress here. They have naturalized lung. That's cool. See, that's cool that they're natural. The biggest ones I see are in Vancouver, and they got full of knees and everything. If you go to Van Dusen Botanical Gardens, they got a grove of swamp cypress growing, and they're all got knees on them. They're really cool. They were planted back in the 70s. Very hardy tree. I mean, you can grow those things in Ontario. They're super cold hardy. And Russian red pomegranate. Yeah, we grow pomegranate here on our island. We have a pomegranate, a small one in our garden here. Can you... Russian olive. That's the one, Benjamin. It's called a Russian olive. And it's a deciduous tree, but I think it's a really cool tree. They like hot climates, hot, dry climates, the best. And fully hardy for winter where you live. It shouldn't be a problem. I think they're probably hardy to zone 4. I see them in Edmonton, so they got to be hardy to zone 3. I've seen them in Edmonton. I see lots of them in the Kamloops and stuff like that, the interiors of BC, and they like heat. Bird sound. Oh, there's birds all around here. You know what's really nice? We went out last night because we had to go put a light on for the B&B guests, and I shot a video of just every night here. The frogs are deafening. There's thousands and thousands of tree frogs, and it's just the solid sound of tree frogs here every night. So you'd like that. Variegated Aleagnus. Yes, we have some of those here too in the garden. Wendy's got Aleagnus. That's a robin you're hearing out there. I can hear it. It's a robin nest right under, right beside Gallery 59. It's like it made it right under the clematis vine. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Okay, guys, I think we're approaching 1 hour and 20 minutes. I should probably back on out of here and say aloha and cheers to you guys. It's been absolutely awesome. I'm glad the stream didn't die. You know what I mean? Today's good. Some days aren't very good, but today is very good. And it's nice doing a live stream outside. I mean, in the wintertime, I do them inside because I don't want to sit out here in the crappy weather. But The weather's absolutely beautiful, so I'm going to take full advantage of it. So we spend a lot of time outside here in the nice weather when we're very rarely inside the house, just to sleep. That's it. And then we're up early and we go outside. My Ellie Agnes smelled before it didn't even drop. -2. Not bad, Toby. Palm tree dude is in there too. And other trees. Why don't you try an Albizia, Benjamin? Try an Albizia, the hardy silk tree, mimosa. I wonder if that would work there. I mean, I think they're hardy in southern Ontario. It's worth a try. The hardy silk tree, which is really tropical looking. I'm trying to think. Oh, I know a nice one, laburnum, golden chain tree. Golden chain tree is a nice one too. They naturalize here and they can be kind of weedy, but they're pretty cool looking. Ailanthus, tree of heaven's pretty cool too. An ailanthus. Write that down. I was out at the James River all day. That's cool. That sounds like a nice place to be. I went by the lake today and it was freaking packed. People swimming. The lake closest to us. And then, of course, Bettis Beach, we were down there when I was doing the consultation. Completely packed all week with people down on the beach. Are you interested in something or not? Anyway, guys, I better roll. I think Wendy's. Hey, Wendy, are you cooking? Oh, okay. Did you?
I've just been in the nursery.
You better say bye to these people here. You better say, Wendy's going to come and say bye. Come on.
I've been in the nursery.
Come on. Wendy's been in the nursery.
Hi. I've been in the nursery.
She's been in the nursery all day. She's aloha, Toby, Josh. Tree of Heaven is a weed there. Awesome. That's a cool weed. There's a big one right across from our shop.
We're like Grandma and Grandpa.
I'm Grandpa Joe. That's Grandma Wendy. That's what Caleb said. He says, you remind me of my grandpa.
See,
awesome.
I have hair.
Palms USA says, hey, Wendy.
Hey.
Wendy's 4 years, 3 months, and 23 days older than me.
Yeah.
I got it right down, right? 4 years, 3 months, 23 days.
You're wearing glasses, so you look pretty cool.
No, because it's totally sunny out though. It's there, like it's burning my eyes. The sun. That's why I got them on.
Yeah, poor Joe.
I need my glasses. I need them. The sun is. Anyway, you guys take care, and everybody says hi to you, Wendy. Palms USA, Mac Attack, Toby, Josh, and Palms. Send the link. Okay, you guys. You take care. And you stay safe out there. And yeah, I'll try to do a live stream tomorrow. Like I said, it was tough for me last week because I was in that firearms course all Saturday. Thank God. You know what? I was just getting out of that firearms course at about 15 or 20 after 6 p.m. So I would have still been in that course finishing my test, my last test. There was 2 tests and they were intense and I passed, thank goodness. So it's much nicer sitting out here than in a dark classroom. All right, take care. Thanks, Palms USA, for joining in there, and I'm gonna have to check out that video for sure. And I'm gonna try to get to your live stream. If I'm not, Wendy doesn't have me slaving away in the nursery tomorrow, which I probably will be. I wanted to live stream. What are you getting for target practice? I want to join the Rod and Gun Club and target practice. It's cool. So that's what I want one for. But it's not easy getting one in Canada, I'll tell you that. And I had them when I was younger. My dad always had them, but back then you didn't have to get a permit or you didn't have to take courses. So like I say, it's an all-day course. It's very intense, and it's 2 tests. It's a written test and then the hands-on test. So, but anyway, I got 90%, 90%, so it's all good. And then you got to go get your picture taken, get an 870. I was thinking of a.
You went with your friend Michelle.
I went with Michelle, my friend, and she got a restricted. She went 2 days. She got a restricted. So, is that the test you took? Cool. Right. It's good to know about them because, I mean, you know, they are dangerous. Yeah. But I was thinking of a like a Ruger or a let's just see, not a Smith. I'm trying to think. My mind's a blank right now. And it's got a clip in it. You can get a clip of 10 for the gun range for the magazine, right? And it's a semi-automatic, so it'll be nice. So anyway, got it. It's all good. I mean, so we can go target practicing at the Rod Gun Club, and got to be safe with them. That's for sure. All right, guys, you take care and stay safe. And I'm going to say cheers to all you guys. Thanks for joining in, and enjoy the heat wherever you are, and enjoy your palm trees.
And we will see you next
We will see you next time.
Dara's not in there.
That's probably, yeah, Dara's not in there today. He's probably sleeping. It's very late in Ireland, right? A lot of you guys are 8 hours ahead of us. So is it legal for this? No, you can't use them. You can't even, put it this way. If you point a firearm at anybody in Canada, so if I had a firearm and you came here and I was joking and I pointed one at you, to me, it's a $5,000 fine and what is it, up to 5 or 6 years in prison. Wow. That's how strict it is here with firearms. So you can't even point a firearm. That's part of the test. You cannot even point a firearm at anybody. You go to prison if you do that. Yeah. So yeah, it's you can't just go into a store and buy one. You actually have to have a permit. It looks like a driver's license. So I had to go to the passport place and get my photo taken. Then I have to get 2 references, and then I have to fill out a big form. If you have a criminal record, you're not going to get one. And then I filled out my form, and it's got to go to the headquarters of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police in New Brunswick. They analyze it all. It takes 4 to 5 months before I even get it. So there. How about a home invasion? Put it this way: if somebody home invades my place, I will deal with them. And you know what I mean? And if I do have one beside my bed, I would probably use it. If my life was threatened, I probably would. But I have a baseball bat beside my bed, and I would deal with them with my hands too. Put it that way, because I know how to deal with people with my hands. I've got the right training. Put it that way. So that's what I said to Wendy. I'm not afraid. If somebody breaks into my house, they better have a firearm or a big weapon.
A lot of times you're sleeping.
Yeah, but a lot of yeah. So that's the thing. But
you don't hear it.
Yeah, she's snoring so loud I wouldn't be able to hear the invader. Right?
I hear it, and I go check. You just said Wendy.
Right.
That's funny.
If someone points a fire at me, yeah, you can't do that. You cannot point that. You put it this way. If I did that during my test, I would fail right away. If you put your finger on the trigger, you fail right away. That's what it is. You instantly fail. So anyway, you got to be safe with them. I've used them a lot of times, but I haven't shot one in 35 or 40 years, right? So when we lived out on a farm on the mainland, I used to use them a lot. But here, no, I don't. So I'm going to get one. Once I get my thing in the mail, I'm going to go up to Cabela's and I'm going to pick one out for the range, right? And then I'm going to join the Rod and Gun Club, and because it's a great organization to be in, right? And they have dinners. I've been to 3 game dinners there. It's awesome, and it's just a good bunch of people, and it's a lot of fun. So on my downtime, I will. Yeah, Wendy can go too. I can go target practicing on my downtime. In the lousy weather. I don't want to be in a range when it's nice and sunny out, but
no, it's more for the winter.
Yeah, and I'm not into hunting or anything like that. It's just for the range. It's kind of like playing darts, right? Except we're going to be.
You are preparing. If you had to hunt, you'd be.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, if I had to hunt, if the world goes all crazy and I had to get my own food, yeah, for sure. It doesn't hurt to have one. So yeah, I know in the States it's a lot easier to obtain one. You probably don't have to have a permit or anything. You could probably just go into the store and buy one. That's the way it used to be here. I remember my dad ordered one from Sears and it showed up at the door. That was back in the 70s. Yeah. I came home from school and there was a box with a Savage over under in it right by the front door. Did you hear the news about the Trackie? They moved it from the airspace. Yeah, that's crazy. He was talking about it. Palm Tree Dude. Yeah, that's right. You're talking to Palm Tree Dude. Yeah, I'll have to watch that video. It is a great hobby, palms. It is good, for sure. Just like growing palm trees. It's just a hobby.
It's just a hobby.
And you know what? Thank God, palms, there are no home invasions on Salt Spring Island. We don't have home invasions here. Yeah, knock on wood. We're very fortunate here on Salt Spring Island. It's actually a pretty safe place, so we don't have to worry about home invasions. And where we live very far from town. Wendy and I live out in the boonies here, right? So there's no hooligans up here. There's no hate and discontent. It's a pretty mellow place where we live here, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty far from, like I say, it's far from everything. It's just a very quiet place. Plan on doing a live stream from the National Mall tomorrow. That's cool. If I can catch it, I will. I know we're going to be in the nursery tomorrow working, right?
What is it?
He's going to do a live stream from the National Air Museum, which will be kind of cool.
Who's this?
Palms USA.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. That'll be cool.
At what time?
Yeah, Palms, we still have our crazy people here in Canada. They're everywhere you go. You know what I mean? But if you come out here to the Gulf Islands, it is a pretty tame, laid-back place. You know what I mean? It's a really, everybody waves at you. It's a good place to be. So, yeah, there's not really a lot of crime. It's mostly like, the crime here is more like graffiti, and it's just maybe some vandalism. That would be it in town. Yeah, a lot of people don't. That is true. We do now, but it's funny. I worked with a guy before, and I remember moving a fridge with him or something into his place, and I says, "Is the door locked?" He says, "We don't even have a lock on our door." So there's a lot of people that don't ever lock their doors here. I watched the. No way, a crackhead climb a huge building. The biggest building here is what?
Climbed a building?
Yeah, what is the biggest building here? 3 stories? 2 stories?
Yeah,
3 stories.
3 stories.
I think the biggest building on Salt Spring it's 3 stories. It's the condos by the pool.
That's it.
That's 3 stories. So we don't really have. There's no high rises on Salt Spring, so it'd be 3 stories. I don't think you're allowed to go higher than that.
Nope.
I don't think you can go higher than 3
Everything here
stories.
is 2 stories.
Everything here is basically 2 stories. I know of one that's around 3 stories. That's the one on the way to the hospital. That old apartment.
Right.
It's 3
One.
stories.
That's the only one.
It was because I was second nature. Yeah. So a lot of people do still lock their doors. Like when I go to town, I don't lock my truck doors and my Parks truck. It's always open. Released muscle memory. Yeah, I like being in there. A crackhead
We lock
climbing.
our doors.
Yeah, no, we lock ours here.
I used to live closer to town. I had someone in my kitchen.
Yeah, so yeah, Wendy lived closer to town. There's more sketchy people in Ganges. Up this end of there's no sketchy people.
I just lock my door.
There's just crazy palm people up at this end of the island, and crazy palm people are good people, right? Wendy's a crazy palm person. I'm a crazy palm person. The neighbors next door have lots of palm trees.
Yeah, but we still lock. I mean,
yeah,
I'm just used to that.
Well, I mean, we don't have any neighbors across the street. I mean, all around us is just trees. You don't really see anything, just trees. We're out in the boonies here. Yeah, we have vagrants. We have vagrants in town, but you know what? They don't drive, most of them, and they never venture this far up. There's nothing up here at this end of the island for the vagrants. Okay, they want to stick closer to the town because there's a liquor store, there's groceries, and there's washrooms. You know what I mean? So they want to be in walking distance to the liquor store and groceries and the food bank and this and that. So there's nothing up here of interest to them. So we don't have to really worry.
People have amped up security though.
Well, we have security cameras.
People have gates.
Yeah,
people have cameras.
Yeah, graffiti punks. Yeah.
We all right.
Yeah, we have
cameras.
We have security cameras here. Yeah, we have gates on the Palm Nursery. We have gates to keep the deer out.
Starting to have more fences.
Cool. Soon I can grow pot. Yeah, we grow it here. Matter of fact, we got to start some. We actually have to start some. I had to put down some meat.
Dinner.
I had to put down some meth that tried to use. What? Are you kidding me? Yeah, you don't really see. I don't see any meth heads here on Salt Spring. If people here just they're smoking fatties, you know. But you don't see. I don't see any tweakers or anything. You don't see that here on Salt Spring Island. It's just mostly drink and fatties. Just grow it for ornamental. Yeah. So we always grow some every year. We're allowed to grow it here, and yeah, we just grow like a legal amount, 4 plants, ornamental, and that's it. And then it just dies off in the wintertime. And what we do is we cut it back, and we'll make tea out of it. Put it in tea, mix it with some nettle tea, and it helps us sleep at night. It's been legalized in July. Cool. Well, there's a massive farm down the road for me. You can eat it if you want. I don't eat it. We just put it in tea. But there's a massive farm down the road. It's called Good Buds on Salt Spring Island. You can see their website, Good Buds on Salt Spring Island. Look it up, man. It's massive. They field grow probably 15, 20 acres of it. And you can smell it when you drive by. It's not that far from here. It's just down the road. And then they have a massive grow up inside. It's just absolutely huge. I'm late. No, I'm not Big G. I'm not doing any tour of the palms today because that's on Wendy's iPhone when I can walk around the garden. So I'm stationary on my laptop here. Yeah, but you can see some palms behind me. There's some trackies. Yeah, they do smell, that's for sure. Mac Attack. Yeah, it's pretty strong when you drive by. I'll do one tomorrow. If I do one on Wendy's tomorrow, Big G, on your iPhone, I'll give you a tour of the garden. Got seizures. He was on the ground. Wow, that's crazy, Palms. Crazy. I heard. Wow, is that right, eh? That's good. You know what I mean? I think it's a beautiful plant. It's an exotic plant, and there's nothing wrong with it. I don't personally use the stuff. I don't do that stuff, right? But I like the looks of it because it is a tropical plant, and I've grown the stuff for years. You know, I grew the first ones in 1978 when I was 14 years old. So I've been growing it for a long time, and it's just like strictly ornamental. Has rent gone up? Yeah, it's going on it's very expensive here. There's no places to rent on Salt Spring Island. Real estate is through the flipping roof. Okay, real estate is absolutely astronomical here on Salt Spring Island. Most places are going 200,000 to 300,000 more than the asking price. I heard there's only 45 listings on the market here on Salt Spring Island, but rent is nearly impossible. You'll not find a place to rent. Yeah, good for you, Big G. Yeah, I don't do the stuff either. Wow, yeah, we don't need a permit here, but you're only allowed to have 4 plants. But, well, maybe I'll do a video or a live stream on it sometime when we do. We could actually start. So maybe tomorrow we could start some. Yeah, Wendy bakes with it. She'll make like brownies, or she'll make cookies, and she makes butter. Right? She makes her own butter. I'll tell you what Wendy makes really good is kombucha. She makes really good kombucha. And I just had a little sip of her latest batch of kombucha, and it's really good. She got banana in there, ginger, I think strawberries, raspberries, and all that stuff. No, the tea doesn't, but it actually makes me sleep better if I grind up some bud and a few leaves and put it in there with the nettle tea. It makes me sleep better. I do it before bed. Am I close to the ocean? Big G, I'm right across the street from the ocean. We are about 900 feet or so from the Pacific Ocean on that side and close on that side too. North end of the island's really narrow, right? So it's a narrow strip of land. So the ocean's really close on both sides. I can hear the boats. When the freighters go by out there, they sound like they're in our bedroom. They just, and in the wintertime, if we do have fog, you'll hear the foghorns every minute. It's like, I got a video one time. I was out filming the garden and you could hear the boat chugging along and the foghorns going. What's the largest palm we sell? It'll be 5 gallon size. Yeah, 5 gallon. We sell a lot of 1 gallon stuff. That's what we sell mostly of. We have 2s and 5s too. Actually, never mind. Okay, I got to go for dinner. I got to go for dinner, guy. I've grown hemp before too. Anyway, guys, you take care. Wendy's calling me for dinner. I got pasta with prawns in it or shrimp. I bought some shrimp the other day. So how much? Yeah, no, can't deliver to the States. Sorry, guys. Don't deliver anything to the States. It's all in Canada. All my potted stuff, all the potted stuff in the nursery is only sold here. Will you live there? Yes, I'll be buried in this garden. I've been here a few decades now, Big G, so my parents would. No, I was growing it when I was 16 years old. I had huge ones. I got pictures of them still in my bedroom. Makes most of the stuff. Yeah. Okay, guys, I got to roll. Wendy says dinner time. And when Wendy says dinner time, I got to go for dinner. So you guys take care. Stay safe out there. I'm going to see you next time. I got to end the stream. I appreciate all you guys being in there. Your guys make the stream fun. You guys. G, Camel, who likes cook, Palm Tree Dude, all you guys in there. Big G, Benjamin Quagula, and who else am I missing? I said, and Palms USA. All right. See you guys later. Cheers to you. Thanks for joining in. And we will see you next time, which will hopefully be tomorrow. If Wendy doesn't, take care of their palms. Keep me stranded down or held hostage down in the Palm Nursery, and she puts a lock on the gate. So there's a lot of work to do down there. I'd love to do a live stream from the Palm Nursery, but it's way too far from our house and the router to get reception down there. It's on the other side of our property. So take care, guys. Cheers to you.